Just before this video starts, I need to have a disclaimer here that says this video is made for educational purposes, and this is a video about vital medical information that needs to be available to everyone. YouTube, please don't mess my video up. As I said, this is just information, it's just me talking, and it's vital medical information. So, enjoy the video. Yo, I'm Drew, and if you didn't know, in 2018, the UK legalized medical, and as I'm recording this, it's December 2024. That's 6 years the UK has had medical available for. And what is going on? How is the state of UK medical? I want to go through a bunch of stuff in this video. I want to go through loads of information. I want to even show you every single product that's available on UK medical right now. And I just got my new medical prescription through, so I want to give my first impression on these as well. So there's two things that I always say in the beginning of these videos, which is number one, to be able to get medical in the UK, you need to be with a private medical clinic. The clinic I'm personally with is MedBud, but I always recommend people to go on a website called MedBud.Wiki to find out all the information for all the clinics, all the products, everything. And we're even going to be going on MedBud.Wiki today so that I can show you all of the products that are available on UK medical to everyone. Because you know, as it stands today, there are over 100 different flower products available on medical today. There's also 9 different vapes, 62 oils, and 3 gummies, but I won't be going through them in this video. So before we get into my opinion on the state of UK medical and also going through all of the products that are available and my opinion on those products, I just got these on my prescription, which is garlic chem and the cement shoes. Now, I will say here, we follow all of YouTube's guidelines here. YouTube, please don't mess my video up. I will not be showing these in this video. This is just my thoughts. We are allowed to give thoughts here. YouTube, that is well within YouTube's rules. I am allowed to talk about stuff. That is all we're doing in this video. Please, YouTube, let me talk about this. So the garlic chem is ChemDog and GMO, which I really like both of them. They work really well for me. I'd say the ChemDog probably more so than GMO, but yeah, really interested in a mix of them. I feel like I've had a cross of that before, probably on UK medical as well. They love GMO on UK medical. And then I have cement shoes, which I believe is animal cookies with an OG Kush breath, and I think it might have a haze in its genetic, which if the haze comes through in this at all, then it is not going to be for me, but hopefully it doesn't come through and we get the animal cookies and the OG. I'm going to open this one first because it's the most likely for me to not like as well, so oh no, the haze definitely comes through on it. Not like a lot, but enough to just like ruin it. What's happened with the smell here is the haze smell has somehow mixed a bit with like the OG-ness, and it's just come out making it smell like hay. And I don't mean hay like how you think like hemp, like I just mean like legitimately the way the terps have combined on this. There's genuinely not even sure if I'd want to try this, which I will give my thoughts on how these were at the end of the video after we've gone through all of the products that are available on medical. Let's hope that this is a bit better. The GMO ChemDog. Let's hope and pray. And by the way, I haven't even really gone through this. This is by Sumo. It's a Canadian brand. Both of these claim 24%, so ooh, yeah, this smells much better. It still doesn't smell like great. I've got the same thing with this one as I do with the other one, which is it looks pretty good. This one smells a lot better in the bag, but when you crack a nug, it just doesn't really smell that much when you crack the nug. These are also supposed to be non-irradiated, which is non-treated, which we will go through that in just a second. This one looks really good. And also, by the way, if you do want to see these, again, we're not showing these in this video. We follow YouTube's rules, but there will be a YouTube short, which is completely separate to this video on my channel that you can go on my channel and then go see if you do want to see it. We just can't show it in this video for YouTube guidelines reasons. I'd say it's definitely more GMO funky than it is ChemDoggy. There is like a slight ChemDogginess to it, but the smell isn't that intense with this, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to think. I will have to, you know, give my thoughts on them at the end of the video on how they actually are. They could completely change, could be amazing. Both of them could be amazing, you never know. But for the time being, I think we need to start talking about the state of UK medical and show you guys some other products that are available on UK medical, as well as talking about my thoughts on a few things. So let's go over to MedBud. So this is MedBud.Wiki. It has every bit of information you could ever want for UK medical. It has all of your patient information, like how you can become a patient, everything. Has every clinic that is available. Again, the clinic I'm with is MedBud, but I always recommend people to go on this list and, you know, check what clinics works best for them, because there's different price points, like at different like payment increments, like monthly or whether you want to pay 6 months. Say MedBud that I'm with, you pay maybe slightly more expensive than other clinics, but then once you've been with them for a year, you don't have to pay for anything anymore. You just pay for just the medicine. You don't have to pay for the the consultation. So it works out cheaper in the long run. Then there's other ones that might be better for like, you know, monthly increments, like if you don't have enough to do that in one go. There's others with access schemes, like for benefits. Again, I think MyMedica has a decent benefits scheme, but there's lots of other ones that work good. So whatever is good for you is what you want to find on this clinic list. The pharmacies might sound confusing because it's like, what's a clinic, what's a pharmacy? The clinic are the people who you sign up with that are actually prescribing your flower. The pharmacy is the dispensary. Usually your clinic will work with a specific pharmacy and send all of your stuff to one pharmacy. You can also ask them to send your script to a different pharmacy. But this is the list of all the pharmacies. This is probably less important because when you're with a clinic, they basically pick the pharmacy that you send it to. This has all of the producers that are available, so where all the flower is coming from. Then the bud and flower section, this is what we're going to be going through today. We're going to be looking at all of the medicine that is available in flower form. And then you have your oils, cartridges, edibles, which I never even realized that there were edibles until recently. There's like a couple different gummies. And that's basically it. So as you can see here as well, there's 110 different available things right now. 10 of them are trials. There's 78 that are out of stock. There's 48 things coming, and there's 110 that have been discontinued. One of the first things you might notice as well is the difference between non-irradiated and beta irradiated. You do also have the option to sort by irradiation as well, which, what is that? When it comes to UK flower, we have the absolute strictest guidelines for when it comes to how clean the flower needs to be, especially when it comes to microbial content. Microbial content is like literally the microbes on your bud. So you would have to grow in like the most unbelievably sanitary condition with like specific grow styles to even have a chance to have your bud come out at like a decent enough microbial content. You grow with living soil, no chance you'll ever even be able to have bud that's come into UK medical unless you treat it. Now the treating stuff is a bit controversial and kind of rightly so, but I mean I think it's controversial for different reasons, but everyone has their own reason for it being controversial. I'll explain my reason in a second, but essentially a lot of things in life are irradiated to make them cleaner. Theoretically, like, you know, the process of irradiating the bud, it's basically an irradiation process that cleans the microbes off the bud, right? Technically the bud is going to be cleaner afterwards. It's probably going to be like more safe, especially in a medical position, you know, when you're dealing with people with, you know, possibly autoimmune diseases and stuff like that. It's a method to clean the bud, basically. And there's 2 different types of irradiation. Maybe there's even 3 different types of irradiation, but there's beta irradiation and gamma irradiation. It seems like the beta E-beam irradiation is much less harmful to the bud in the sense of it doesn't really destroy the terpenes as much. It kind of keeps it in its normal state. It doesn't ruin it as much. The gamma irradiation, in my opinion, from the stuff that I've seen, it just ends up being terrible. The terps end up getting destroyed and it's really bad. Obviously what you want is non-irradiated. You want non-irradiated. Why would you want irradiated product? Like, surely you want it grown in a sanitary condition in a way that it doesn't need to be treated. Now, here's another controversial thing. Some bud that says it's non-irradiated, it's still treated. It's just not irradiated. So it will come up on here and say non-irradiated, and you never know, maybe it's been through some other cleaning process, right? So they can say it's not irradiated, but like, you know, what else have they done to it? So that's a thing. And again, it's only a thing because of how dumb the UK's regulation is. Like, you know, it has to be like that sanitary that it's just crazy. No other country in the world has these regulations, and the regulations in turn harm the patients because it means the product is just terrible. And on top of that, there's people who just grow terrible product in the first place and feel like, oh, well, I can just irradiate it and it's clean and on paper it looks good, right? So we're looking mainly for the non-irradiated stuff. The beta irradiated stuff can be decent as well, but again, we're mainly looking for the non-irradiated stuff. But let's have a look through some of the stuff that is available on medical right now and stuff that like just shouts out to me. I won't be going through everything, but the prices are here. The increments are here as well. You can read through some of them that I maybe don't read out. You know, like say this, for example, like Dulce de Casa, Voodoo cross Mad Scientist. Like, what is that? What is that? Like, it's supposed to be non-irradiated, but like, you know, I'm now going to have to look into like what voodoo is. I'm going to have to look into like what Mad Scientist is. I don't have time to do that in this video right now, so I can only just like show it and see it's £8 and be like... Now, white runts, on the other hand, beta irradiated, not what you really want, but white runts, that could be great. £8, that sounds really nice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some exciting stuff coming to medical. I don't know if anyone's tried this. Maybe some people can say it in the comments on how they were, but that sounds exciting. You know, getting genetics like this on medical is definitely what we need. It would be really good for the scene. Banana sherbet, maybe less exciting. This one, I was actually going to get this at one point, but I ended up swapping it on my script for these sumo ones, actually, which... Maybe that was a bad idea. Sour Cherry Punch, Super G Citra, GMO Tropical Rain. These are from 4C Labs. These are also the new ones that are available in like 3.5s. I think a lot of clinics aren't going to be doing 3.5s though, just because like it's, you know, we're on medical. Like, how can you do a monthly dose of 3.5 Gs? But I mean, like, maybe you can. I mean, some clinics obviously will be doing them, but I think most clinics will just be doing the 10 Gs just like normal. Beta Irradiated. This is a brand called Fuck Around Find Out in Canada, actually. It had to be rebranded because obviously they're not going to allow that name on UK Medical. I can't lie, none of these really interest me, like Sour Cherry Punch, Sour G Citra, GMO Tropical Rain. Maybe. Then these ones apparently come on the 5th, so these aren't actually here yet, but Galactic Cake, and there's no parents. This is apparently Soap Cross Runts. That could be okay, and it's non-irradiated. Death Bubba. Okay, look, this is interesting, because this is actually, like, iconic Canadian. It's, like, really famous in Canada. I've had it a few times. I know what it should be like. It's a nice gassy one. If you're like me and gas is what works for you, that could be interesting. Now, the Quest stuff, the Quest Bubble Bath, I've heard that this is really good, but I also heard that they had a problem where, like, some people had, like, a bug in their nugs, but I don't really want to have to go through all of that in this video. I think they actually ended up finding a response from Quest, which said it was, like, a predator bug, but, like, again, I'm assuming that's why it has to be beta irradiated. Like, there's nothing really wrong with growing with, like, a predator bug, right? But, like, it's not what you want to see in UK medical, right? Like, in medical, especially when you have to beta irradiate stuff and we're talking microbial content, like, how, like, that's just, again, this isn't the video for that. I don't want to have to go through that stuff, but I originally was going to get this. I heard it was really good, and then I saw those reports and I was like, yeah, I'm not getting that. Tenacious by Glow, Tiger Cake by Glow, Triangle Octane by Glow. I have heard that these Glow People ones, these aren't amazing, but these are also the guys who are going to be dropping rosin soon in the new year. I cannot wait for rosin to be on UK Medical. That's going to change the game. This is one more thing I want to talk about with the state of UK Medical as well, okay? So a lot of people might not know this, or if you're on medical, you definitely know this. You're not supposed to smoke medical. Obviously, you know, you're supposed to vape your medical. I've got my Volcano for my medical, and, you know, that's how you're supposed to consume medical. And to be real, that's not okay for a lot of people. A lot of people, you know, they get the most out of bud for themselves via smoking rather than vaping. And especially for a lot of people, including myself, sometimes vaping gets them way too stoned and it's harder to control and stuff like that. And it's just not what a lot of people want, and it's not how a lot of people consume. Now, on the flip side, a lot of people use rosin, a lot of people do dab, they do that in their personal lives, they find that works for them, and it's also a lot easier to dose, at least I find, than vaping, especially from where it's such small increments. If rosin was on UK Medical and people can then consume the product in the way that they actually want to, in the way that's still natural to them, like, you know, you would then, because dabbing is vaporizing, right? So, like, you could use your Puffco and medicate with a Puffco and use rosin, and you would be completely fine and legal. Like, that would, honestly, I feel like that would change the game for medical. But let's get back into this and have a look at more of the products. So we've got the Tyson ones, the Tiger Milk, NYC Diesel, and the Haymaker Haze. I'm sure you guys have probably seen my YouTube videos on them. There's lots of different Gorilla Glue on UK Medical. I've never seen this brand before, but I've also never had a good Gorilla Glue on UK Medical. Blackberry Sour, Glass Farm. So, oh, this is actually an interesting note, because this is one of the only brands that's grown in the UK other than the plug. I would have got these and I would have reviewed them, but I've just heard they're not very good, and I don't really want to go out my way to get a script of something which is my bud for the month from medical when people are saying it's not very good. I don't want to do that. So until I get reports that it's good is when I will eventually try and get some. Curaleaf, this is Sapphire's brand. That's like a 1-to-1. Mac Driver. Cookies and Cream. Not heard anything about this one from Hexacan. Mac. There's some decent Macs on UK Medical as well. This one's only $5.50. Has anyone heard about how this one is from Sumai? I've never tried anything from Therismos before. I wasn't aware that they had a non-irradiated line. I knew they did these ones that were the beta irradiated ones. I've not heard any thoughts on Therismos other than maybe a couple people saying they didn't really like them. Price-wise, it's really expensive. £10 a G for non-irradiated Atlantic glue, Chemsys sour dub chocolate. Like, what? It's basically some sort of Gorilla Glue for 10 a G. Does anyone know if these are any good? Queen Sangria, and it doesn't have anything to actually do with Sangria. It's with an S. Royal Kush and Mimosa. 10 a G. Is this a joke? I mean, maybe it's really good. Maybe it's really good, but hopefully some people can let me know in the comments on the Therismos ones. See what I mean by they love Chemdog on medical, bro? You're gonna see more Chemdog. Look, there's another Chemdog here, but look, bruv, they love Chemdog on medical. This my medical one though, the Strawberry Grail. This, in my opinion, is the best medical. I know I'm glazing a bit with my medical, but like, bro, like, no cap. There's no two ways about it. This is my favorite thing. Like when this came out and it was 11.50 on the. Sorry, it was 11 on the G. Sorry, not 11.50. I made a review on it and I said, look, this is amazing. I just wish it was a bit cheaper. And now it's 8.50 a G. I believe they just lowered it because it's going to expire in 30 days. But you know what's actually kind of crazy is I saw a lot of people say that they didn't like this one when it was expensive, and then as soon as the price went down, people were like, "Oh, this is one of my favorites! It's amazing!" And like, to me, when I do my reviews, this is why I do my reviews. I do my review regardless of the price. I talk about how it is for the quality, and then I talk about the price. So that's why it's like, look, this one, it's like I said in the video, it's amazing. It's the best thing on medical. It's just a shame that it was £11 a G. 8.50 a G, bro. There is like no doubt about it. This is now the best thing, 8.50 a G on medical. That's my opinion. I love Holy Grail. I wish it wasn't called Strawberry Grail. I wish it was just Holy Grail because it's like a 99% straight Holy Grail. It's super nice. I like it. It works really well for me. Flawless Victory, I believe my Medica just released. I haven't tried it. I don't know anything about it. The Chatterbox was also really good, but Slurricane isn't really for me, but it was really good quality. And the Chem Cookies, I didn't like. The nugs were a bit scraggly. It was a good genetic, but just grown weirdly. It was almost like they took it too far. Like the term went too long or something, and the nugs were like a bit bigger than they should have been, and they were super scraggly. I don't know. I didn't like the Chem Cookies. The Crossbow. I've had this one, and it's terrible. This is the one I actually made a mistake on. I did a review on it thinking that the cross was something else. I thought the cross was like a crazy OG cross, and it came out like earthy and piney. And then afterwards, I realized it was supposed to be a Moonbow cross, and like, nah, like, no, like, no, that is not anything like Moonbow. Curaleaf, Zookies, I haven't had this before. Lemire Mint Sherbet, I've not seen this one, but this is gamma irradiated as well, actually. I didn't even realize that that one was gamma irradiated as well. Yeah, the gamma irradiation, not really the one, but again, not tried this one. The Pure Sun Farms Pink Kush, really, really nice. Again, one of my favorites on medical. I think before the Holy Grail, I was even saying that this was one of the best, and it's only 6 on the G, 170 a zip, like, bruh. Oh, now we got the Big Nasty Medical. Okay, so I tried the Moroccan Peaches. The first batch of the Moroccan Peaches I did not like. Then I tried another one of the Moroccan Peaches. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Like, they fixed everything that was wrong with it. Then I heard that people, it was either the Glitter Bomb or the Gastropop, one of the two. I heard that there was like 2 batches going about. Some people liked them, some people didn't. I never tried any of them. I haven't tried the Purple Milk. I haven't tried the Gastropop. I haven't tried the Glitter Bomb. Again, if we can have people let us know in the comments, that would be great. All of these upstate ones I also haven't tried. Look, bruv, they love GMO as well, man. They love GMO Chemdog, bro. They love the GMO and Chemdog. These guys, 420 Farmer, I tried their Gorilla Glue back in the day, but this is their GMO, so I've not tried this one. Did I try the GMO? Tiger's Eye by Barocas I quite liked, I think. I've not seen any of these ones, these new ones, the Creamy Keys. They're coming from South Africa, but they're gamma irradiated. They're only $5.50 a G. They're coming from South Africa. They probably aren't that expensive. Grow, in my opinion, doesn't have the best reputation for quality. Look, I'm always hopeful. I will, regardless of what somebody's reputation is, I will always try them. If somebody came to me and said, yo, this Vanilla Ice is the best thing ever, you won't find anything better than this, then I'll go get it. Obviously, I can only get stuff within what fits for me and can fit for my medical need, of course, and like what my doctor can prescribe. So there is a limit in that sense, but like there's obviously a lot of stuff that I would never try because they don't fit with my medical need. But besides that, I will always give people a second chance. Even a third chance, even a 5th chance. Grape Gasoline by Vasco. I've not even heard of this one. I've never even heard of Vasco. Green Carrot is a well-beloved brand. I feel like they kind of fell off in the last couple months. I think they had a packaging change. The bud went a bit weird. I didn't like the Supreme Diesel. I didn't like the Runts. I have liked the Parve. And there was another one that they did as well that I liked, but I can't remember what it was called. Takushi Sherba, I've had this. I'm not a fan, but I can't remember if I had the 24% or the 19%, but I was not a fan. Banana Sorbet could be okay. The Mamedica Mac is pretty good, but it's again expensive. It's £10 on the G, but it's really good. Like, it's a really good quality Mac, but expensive, you know what I mean? These Canopy ones, gamma irradiated, I've not had these ones, but I swear I had something from Canopy before, right? I could be mistaking them with another brand, but I could have sworn I wasn't a fan. But again, maybe somebody needs to remind me on these. These two are Grow Again. I think I have tried the Frosted Lemon Angel back in the day. And then the Cali Sunset. Why is it called Cali Sunset? Oh, damn. Then we got loads of Curaleaf ones, which, again, not really known for the quality. I haven't tried any of these ones. So, like, they could go either way. If somebody told me that they were absolutely amazing, I would try them. But I don't think I'm going to hear that anytime soon. Althea. These guys had one of the best things on medical like 2 years ago. They used to have a Skywalker OG, and then they changed it silently to like something else without renaming it properly. And now they've got these two. I didn't even know they were doing these two. Banana ice cream cake and cherry moon pie. I don't know. After they discontinued the Skywalker, I was like, the MVC Mac is the exact same one as the Mamedica one. That's why it's the exact same price and it's the exact same one. So it's the exact same quality, the exact same one. It's just one is by Mamedica and branded as Mamedica, and the other one is the Miracle Valley one. Tilray are gamma irradiated, so you get what you get with gamma irradiated. Like, I feel like Tilray is probably one of those brands where it's like, you know, you look at the nugs and like, yep, that's a gamma irradiated nug. Noidex, the green gelato is non-irradiated, is it? Is it? Yeah, again, I don't want any of these gamma irradiated ones. These are all the original Grow ones, which originally everyone was super excited for. These non-irradiated ones. It was some of the first non-irradiated flower coming to medical, and they were all dead. But I think these new ones, the beta irradiated ones, are supposed to be pretty good. I think I've been to the facility with the fine cookies, if it's where I think it is, because it's from Portugal, yeah? So I think I've been to this facility, and it should be pretty good. The apples and banana jealousy, I think some people quite liked. I had it, it was okay. The Peace Naturals ones, actually, I had these were pretty good. I've had all 4 of these actually, and I would say they were like a pretty standard 8.5 out of 10 for the whole way. 8.5 out of 10 for 850 a G. I mean, Oh, okay, now we're basically at the bottom and we're ending with Aurora, and these are actually supposed to be pretty good. I've had, what is it, the farm gas from them, it's really good, and the sourdough, really good. Haven't really heard anything else about the other ones, but for the price, pretty decent. So the only thing left is for me to give you my opinion on how these are, and with the power of editing, I will give you them right now. Both of them were not the one. Neither of them really had any flavor to them. Not for me, and I'm not even going to waste a YouTube short uploading the nugs of these ones. There's just no point.